All video, as I'm sure we know, is produced by the display of multiple images or frames in rapid succession. However, most digital video, as I'm sure few of you know, can be a little more complicated than that. Shall we take a look? In most video compression formats, there are two kinds of frames employed by standard codecs in order to make things a little easier for the computers to parse. These frames are called iframes and pframes. I will set aside the scatological, technological, and selicogical witticisms comorbid with these two particular letters in order to explain them concisely. An iframe is a complete image. A pframe is not. They work rather simply. The iframe is the first frame that shows whenever the video moves enough to warrant generating an entirely new image. But Spencer, I pretend to hear you ask, doesn't the video generate an entirely new image for every frame? The answer to that is sort of. You see, after every iframe comes its associated pframes, or frames that only contain parts or sometimes slices of the image. However, the pframes are generated in such a way that when they are overlaid atop an iframe, it changes enough of the iframe to make it look like a different image. Every pframe contains the pieces of the image that change from the base iframe, and there can be as many as necessary depending on how much of the image changes. If enough of the base image changes, like if there's a lot of movement or if the shot changes, then the video forgets the previous I and pframes and generates another one, and then builds pframes on top of that. But what happens if the video doesn't forget? What happens if, for some crazy and random reason, random, I take away all of the iframes from this short montage of the cross-country road trip my little brother and I went on last summer? What happens if I let these memories bleed together and create some ridiculous and, random amalgam of a cherished experience I shared with the brother I haven't seen in over half a year, the brother I fought and bickered with for my entire childhood, the brother who always managed to grow his hair longer than me, the brother who helped me beat all the difficult bosses because he was always better at video games than I was, the brother who's about to leave for college and start figuring out who he really is once he has the chance to be away from his hometown.
I mean, I'm very much pressing on the brake right now. I'm assuming it's the brake because the car is not revving.
Just chilling over there, I guess.
See, look, it's got a distinct head. That makes it a dolphin.
Yeah, actually, we're back into the 200s. Barely. 292 is not 200. Yes, it is.
If Northern Marina starts to sell you some
Excuse me, dabbing is still highly relevant.
When?
I worked at a summer camp.
It's ironic dabbing.
It's not ironic.
If the car was off.
Is it locked, maybe?
Is it locked? I don't think it's locked. Here. I don't think it's because it's locked. Here.
Random. Am I right? Memory is inherently a forgetting, embellishing, and lying machine. And so is H.264, as it turns out. But truth be told, I don't need the picture for every frame. Honestly, it's enough for me to just see the parts that are moving. If the devil's in the details, well, he can stay right there.